Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy YRG, also known as Eli Hill, coming at you with a video with LichiKing. He got 30th place yesterday in the Bandai Carta Magica Regionals with BlackWarGreymon. Big congrats to you, man. And
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna give it to you to take it away, explain the deck profile and everything. And yeah, you can let me know your experience in the regionals and whatnot, whatever you have to say. And yeah, you can take it away.
All right, thanks, Eli.
Mm-hmm.
And quick shout out to DXN. If you guys are ever in SoCal, hit up DXN Provisions. I'll be there, and a whole bunch of good players too.
Mm-hmm.
And I will do like a quick rundown of the deck list to anyone who just wants to check the list out. So it's 4 Koros and Gurimons just for the draw. Simple enough. Then on the rookie side, it's 2 Agumon Black, 2 of the on-play delete a 3k DP Agumon, 2 1k DP boost Agumon, 4 on-play reveals 3 Agumon, and the 2k buff Agumon.
Okay.
Yep, there is some ratio explanations, and I'll get to them later. But here we go for the level 4s. It's 4 of the BlackGreymons, 2 Sec plus 1, 3 2k DP buff, and 3 Geograce, which I think is really good in this format. Armor, Vs, XVs, you kind of want to play around those. And then we go to the level 5s. It's simply, of course, the new Metal Greymon, Chimeramon at 2, and Metal Greymon as an extra Evo. I'm just playing 7. So this feels nice also at this ratio. And quick rundown of the 6s. So 4 Black War, of course. 1 BT1 WarGreymon for your ADP effect and swinging at security to finish for the game. And 2, the spice here would be the EX WarGreymon. 2 of them, this card's amazing. And I will give the explanation after I show all the cards of the list here. And to round it off, just 1 Blitz Omni here, 3 Nokias, 2 Memboost, Ultimate Flares. Do not play Dark Gaia Force. Please play Ultimate Flares if you want to play BlackWarGreymon, and Taikamias.
Oh, nice.
As Sec plus 1 Taikamias. So that is the deck list to anyone who just wanted the list. But so I'll go through a quick explanation of the list.
Yeah, sure.
3 Nokias. You kind of don't want to play 4 Nokias in the BlackWarGreymon. The reasoning for that would be there's not enough Agumons already, and if you bump the Nokia to 4, the ratios would be, you would end up with a bricky deck somehow. If you get lucky, the Nokias are amazing, but sometimes Nokia whiffs, and if you actually play a Nokia and play an Agumon, if it whiffs, you're 2 cards down out from your hand. And let's say you can't Evo on your following turn with your stack here. That would be pretty bad. So 3 Nokias feels nice. And this deck is I would say this is a control deck mostly. But I am doing the sec plus package to do some aggression alongside with the control.
Is good.
Yeah, because let's say your other options would be Marcus, but Marcus and Nokia basically do the same function. So gaining that 1 memory isn't as much for me as for another sec plus from a tamer. And the other option would be Hero, maybe. Hero is nice. If I'm not playing ties, I would play Heroes. But I just believe you kind of need the security plus to catch up, since you would be playing a control style at first, than catching up late on the later stages of the game to swing and win the game. And to end up with 2 memory boost here, yeah, just consistency wise, with the 2 red memory boost, feels really good. It would just make your opening hand. You have 14 rookies here and plus 2 memory boost, so it won't feel too bricky, especially without mulligans in the format right now. So I would value memory boost a lot. And ultimate flares saved me a whole bunch of games. This is amazing up against the X antibody matchup. This is much easier to trigger than Dark Gaia Force without black and red as your requirement to fire. So even if you think that you're playing more of a red eggs and red rookies, you might think, oh, this might be hard to trigger, but in actuality, it's much easier than Dark Gaia Force. And Ultimate Flare is just devastating to a whole bunch of decks too.
Yeah.
And Armor Rush, this goes through Armor Rush instead of like on deletion from Dark Gaia Force. So Flares, I believe, is the way to go. You could do the Crimson Flare, but it doesn't. I believe Crimson Flare doesn't really add up on what you're doing with the deck, since you are controlling with your level 6.
Yep.
And by the time you use Crimson Flare, most of your opponent's Digimon in the field is gone. And Omni for game, I'm just playing a 1-of because of space issues. I want to play 2, but since I am considering for no mulligans, the 1-of is okay and it feels nice. So I don't brick myself out on my opening hand. And then for Black War, I'm not playing a 3 copy Black 3. I want to see these guys. He is amazing on the yellow hybrid matchup where you would want to destroy their tamers.
Yep.
And yeah, I'm not even playing around with it. It's a 4-of for me. The 1 Wargrey BT1 self-explanatory here. Sometimes you just win out of nowhere if it's a tie with a Sec plus Greymon under, and you just Evo, so that's Sec plus 1, 2, 3 with his on Digivolution, 4 checks unimpeded from security, and just an Omni for game. So if you ever need that out, it's an option as like a toolbox for your BlackWarGrey deck. And this has been like a star for the deck also. So EX1 WarGreymon, if you guys don't know, has Blitz. And most of the time, I do have like a Metal Greymon in Raising or Metal Greymon in outside. My opponent passes me my turn with like 1 memory or so. And they would think they are safe from me evoing BlackWarGrey, and I won't be able to swing over their guys with the inheritable here. But this EX WarGreymon circumvents it, and you just evo Blitz over whatever stack they have, and just delete it from there. So it gives like extra control on the deck where you need it. And it is devastating. And there is an extra effect of this card too. If anyone knows, whenever you have a tamer in play, whenever you attack, this destroys a blocker. Just instantly deletes a blocker. So on a mirror match or up against an X antibody deck, if they do have those the opponent's turn blocker effect like this Black Greymon, you could instantly pop a stack. Like, let's say your opponent had a Black War out on the mirror match. You had a Metal Grey. You evo into this with you have a Nokia out or a tie out. You blitz and pop their stack because, and you just punish them because they had blocker out. Or let's say a Magnamon. If they were playing Armor Rush with Magnamon, if you really wanted to kill that Digimon, even with their armor purge, you could do Evo here, blitz over the Magnamon, destroy the blocker first before they armor purge and swing over the Vmon.
Mm-hmm.
So that works too. So this is my spice for the deck, and to round it off, just nice ratios with the 3 Metal Grays. I mean 4 Metal Grays, and this is probably the worst level 5 of the deck. I usually do not want to Evo on top of him. That's why I'm playing him as a 1-of.
Mm-hmm.
He is there because the Greymon is black, and this is the only card or only Greymon, Metal Greymon, that could Evo on top of the black Greymon.
Yep.
So he is a nice 1-of, and he's a cheap Evo. And the 2 Chimeramon comes up a lot. With Chimeramon, the place you could do is whatever you have in trash. If you're missing a black piece, you could put the blocker in. If you're missing the unsuspend, swinging over unsuspend, you could tuck in a Metal Greymon. So Chimeramon comes up a lot on this deck, and with the extra synergy from my level 4s, for Chimeramon, GeoGreymon comes up also if your opponent ever pops this out of security, and you could like Jogress Chimeramon during the next turn.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good. Then Greymon also with the 1-cost Evo, or sometimes even free with a Nokia tap.
Yeah.
The scenarios of you going into Chimeramon and just going into Wargrey or a Black Wargrey, it comes up a lot, and it's not difficult to achieve on this deck. So ratio wise, since I'm still afraid of the no mulligans format, just running 12 level 4s is nice, and having a mix of good security and inheritable 2k buff, sec +1 or blocker. You could build your own Black Warb, and it's up to you depending on the scenario. And 14 rookies. Really not much to explain here. The only one two things I kind of want to explain is these 2 cards. So this is the best searcher in a BlackWarGreymon deck, but you do come up bricking in some scenarios maybe a lot of scenarios on especially this deck, since I'm not playing the Cyclomon.
Yep.
I could only Evo on top of him from these Greymons. So having him at 2 is safe, and he is just the best searcher. So I would still want to play him instead of just playing all red Agus. Yep. But keeping him at 2 make sure that you don't brick into like a Evo line where you Evo this and you can't Evo on top of him anymore. And since I don't value Cyclomon a lot on this format right now, having him at 2 is good. And this Agumon, the on-play Nokia and popping a 3k DP or less does come up. So because there's so many searchers right now, you're saving that one extra check that maybe that searcher is doing. And one play that could happen also is, since this is the only 3k DP Agumon, since Billstar is in the format, you could dodge a what do you call this? The Happy Bullet Shower. Yeah, since this is like not the same DP, so it will trigger Happy Bullet Shower, delete the 2k DP, and this Agu survives. So that's the only note for it. Otherwise, I'm just playing DP buffs at 6 and 4 of the Agumon reveals 3 to search a Greymon or Omni. And yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, nice.
Right now, I believe the matchup. X Antibody, you have a really favorable matchup against that one. Yellow Hybrid, you do have a favorable matchup. And with this build, I think you could do toe to toe up against Imperial, but you might have a bad matchup against Billstar and maybe Yellow Masty, or the starter deck Maston.
Yeah, but you got the Geo Greys can kill the Gatomon, which is kind of nice when they turn on Gato.
That one comes up a lot also. And Armor Rush also, this deck kind of eats Armor Rush. It's super hard for Armor Rush to win over.
Is it because
since you have the Digivolve and blocker also? Yeah. But outside from that, I think I covered most of the stuff. If there's any other things,
everything for sure.
Yeah.
So how did your the rounds go? I know the tournament was cut short. There was a 512 person tournament, only 7 rounds due to all the ties that were in the tournament. But yeah. How did your rounds go? So
on 7 rounds, first round was a mirror match with BlackWarGreymon. And because I have access to these cards, I do have like the advantage because of the EX Wargrey. So that was a win round 1. Round 2, I played up against my worst matchup, which is Billstar. That was 2-1. He had double Icemon on the opening hand, and he was playing Billstar for free by the end on our last match. So that was a loss for me. Then I think I played the Shakumon deck with the Melgarurumon in round 3. That was a win. I played, if I could remember, X Antibody also. X Antibody doesn't have a good matchup because I'm playing Flares because of this also. And to note on X Antibody matchups also, if you are a BlackWar player, try to save up your BlackWarGreymons and save them before they play Yuji. Yuji, the new tamer. So every single time they play the Yuji, you need to destroy that Yuji because that's their best play. If without the Yuji in the deck kind of it's not too strong without Yuji. And your BlackWar will start swinging over this time.
Right?
Yeah. Also, I think I played 2 antibodies, so that's 5. I tied with a Rapidmon deck. We just played 2 rounds, and for the 3rd round there was just like 1 minute left, and we just drew. So that was unfortunate because I did have I should have won the game I lost because I had the BT1 Wargary play up against Yellow Hybrid. You stall the game until you find a Tamer, and probably another Sec Plus. So you're swinging for 4 checks and you Omni for game. But my problem was I bot decked my Omni with a Agumon search, with a black Agumon search, and I could not cycle in time to do the winning play. And I tried to keep putting an extra body on the board to do the extra swing. I lost that game. I mean, I drew that game. And the last match was Blue Hybrid. If you're playing up against a Blue Hybrid, just make sure you have value on your BlackWarGreymon Evo and start deleting the tamers they're playing. And it should be I think a 50-50 matchup, to be honest. It's not free for BlackWarGreymon. Blue Hybrid is still a menace.
Yeah, it's still a menace for sure. For sure.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that was my Carta run. 2 antibodies, and antibodies sadly, it's a really rough matchup. I got saved by Ultimate Flare multiple times against those matchups.
Nice, nice. Well, anyways,
So,
thank you for the deck profile, Lichi. It's always great to have you here on the channel. And yeah, if there's anybody that has comments or questions regarding Lichi's deck, leave them in the comments below. And yeah, if you want to join our Discord, we're always playing online. If you just want to play some friendly games, just hit us up. And yeah, that's about it. Congrats on getting top 32, Lichi. And
thank you.
we'll see you guys next time. That's about it.
Peace.
Break out. Peace.